Good afternoon, everybody. 3, 2, 1, action. I'll start off with a number. I've been working real hard lately, and as we continuously work against the grain with internet speeds and so forth, I'll do my best to give you a great experience today no matter what. But I've been working so hard lately, it seems that it was only fitting that I open up with a song because it was actually taken directly off of our Grand Marquis and the aria, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. And Sean, feel free to screen share if you have any of this stuff. Okay, it's not necessary, but if you have it, it'd be great. But you know, I've been working really hard every day, at least 9 to 5. And actually, it's probably 9 a.m. to 8:58 a.m. in the morning. Do the math. That's a lot of hours. Anyway, so I figure I'll open up with something like that. And here we go. Now, if I'm going to do this, you got to be bobbing your head up like this. It's kind of one of those rhythms that you make one of. There we go. All right, let me get the music back up. Thank you, thank you. Hold the applause. Really, really. Oh, don't hold the applause. Don't hold the applause. All right. Well, that was kind of a fun way to start off. You're going to see and hear this magnificent instrument. And I put these emails out. I talked to Sean a lot. He says, well, gosh, you're going to have to change the words like backed by popular demand. Well, because we've had a lot of popular demand. But I was like, well, what am I going to do? What songs am I going to play? He said, Robert, you're playing a symphony. Open up your song list, your songbook list. And just to give you an idea, for those of you who don't know this, these are just all of the new styles above and beyond the Lowrey Patriot. And he says there's plenty to choose from you haven't played before. But I've also had some students that unfortunately had not had a chance to see and hear this magnificent instrument. So I thought I'd have some fun here and play some new stuff, some stuff that maybe people have heard already, and for those who haven't seen the show, play some of the ones, some of my favorite styles here. I'm going to jump right into one of my favorite styles here because this is from the Lowrey aria. Now, before I go any further, and I'll touch on this throughout the show. I'm going to put it in gallery mode for me. Show of hands, does anybody know what have heard of or know of the Lowrey aria? Show of hands. Hands up in the air. Some hands, some no. Okay, that's, and some blank screens. I can't tell if you're raising your hand. I'm going to pretend that your hand is up. Some of you know, and based on the people I'm seeing here. Grand Marquis. Marquis. A lot of people have heard the Marquis. What those three instruments have in common is they are the most expensive home organ that Lowrey's ever built in the world. And they all represented the last technology, the platform that allowed Lowrey to do all these amazing things. Well, the Aria was certainly the most expensive. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, most dealers throughout the world had them listed in the high 80s, and even higher than that, depending on how they purchased them. So you're going to hear me say things that say Lowrey Aria, Grand Marquis. What's so significant about that? Well, the Aria is an example, and you're going to see and hear some of the best sounds and styles from those. The Lowrey Aria introduced styles that were called real styles. And real styles basically meant the name of the style was the name of the song, and the arrangement, I listen very closely, is as close as it gets. I want to say it's almost the exact same, but I go back and I play the real song and I play the introduction. They're very, very close. But they paid some royalties for this. And as an example, one of my all-time favorites is Ray Charles. And he had many hits, and one of my favorites was a song called You Don't Know Me. And when you hear this style, the song is called You Don't Know Me. The name of the style that I'm going to use is called, you ready for this? You Don't Know Me. Yeah, they made it very easy to figure out what to use. Plus, I have a cheat sheet here because the book tells me right here, you don't know me, you don't know me. And I go straight to the book. I have a song book here. And I'm going to play the song just as I see it. And this is always a great classic. But listen very closely to the introduction. Listen to the fill-ins. Listen to everything. You're going to think Ray Charles Orchestra and his band is right here live. Let's have some fun with this. Great. Oh, thank you, thank you. Please stop it, stop it. Now, I'm going to show you, and you have the list of styles by chance, Sean?
Find that, yeah.
All right. Why don't you pull up the style list, because you're going to see in here, as he's pulling that up, let me tell you a few things. I noticed there's some faces on here that have not normally seen the Lowrey Symphony. Let me tell you a little history as he's searching for that. The Lowrey Symphony is basically the result of, a lot of people wonder, how did you get a new organ if there's new organs? Because Lowrey stopped making instruments. They gave us notice back in October of 2018, almost going on 2 years now. Wow, can you believe it's been 2 years since that announcement? And I tell you what, we're very proud of ourselves, because not only is the only product we sell is home organs, but our main supplier said we're not making organs anymore. 2 years later, we're still here. bringing music to your home. So I take a lot of pride in that, and my staff, my team working so hard to giving you the education of music. But fast forward, after 2018, about a year and a half later, we went back and we poked and prod, and we went to a gentleman by the name of Bill Curry, who basically is the mastermind from the Lowrey organs. For many years, programmed all the presets, the sounds, the rhythms, the song setups, you name it. All of that that you use on your instrument now is Bill Curry. And long story short, we convinced Bill, or actually Bill convinced himself, because we asked him something that was a tall order. We wanted the best sounds, the best styles, the best presets from the top of the line models. Top of the line models like Marquis, Grand Marquis, and Aria. And he pulled it off, and he did it using our the platform we had. And a lot of people think, I have to tell you, a lot of people think you just do something, program it, like you program a preset. It's not that. It's kind of like the Sterling and the Patriot. They're exactly the same cabinet, same platform, but it's a whole totally different organ. Same process. And as a result, we have all of these. You're not going to get to hear them all today. Otherwise, you'd only hear like 2 measures per song. But, Sean, you got that list of styles? If you look here, these are just 35 of the new styles above and beyond just the Patriot. So if you happen to have a Sterling as an example, there's an additional 26 or so that the Sterling does not have. Now, you heard 9 to 5. You heard You Don't Know Me. You're going to hear another one on that list, but here's the little homework for you, homework assignment. I'm going to use a style on this list that I've used many times. It's a signature style from the Marquis. I'll give you that much. But I'm going to play a totally different song with it because it's really that genre of music, and we're going to have some fun with this. And the song I'm going to play is Fly Me to the Moon. And when I heard this style for the first time, it was perfect for the song that it was designed for. But I'm not going to play that song. What I've discovered is this song, this style, works for many great hits. Actually, I didn't bring my glasses today, so let me bring the music a little closer. And this is just an amazing signature style taken directly off of the Lowrey Marquis. Another great style. And I'll tell you, if you've seen the symphony, that is a style that I have used in the past. But my point is, those 35 styles aren't 35 styles. They're actually, technically, they can actually be 35 times 2 is 70, 140, just by the use of some of the intros and endings, and they become a totally different arrangement that you can use for all your style songs. And as I was rehearsing this morning, I accidentally tried a different chords and a different couple introductions, and I was discovering all these new styles within styles that I've already been using. Now, what would an organ be, an upgraded model, a souped up model, a recharged model, a reinvented model be without presets? And I absolutely love presets, because the more category presets we have, the more sounds and recipes we have at our fingertips, and we just press a button, we sound like gold. Now, we have some of the best artists in the world that play, and they use a lot of their own settings, what have you. I'm going to play you a couple group of presets today that were designed by Jim Vogelman himself. And I'll tell you, if you want to play some pretty ballads, some pretty love songs, some pretty luscious, just nice slow songs, hymns, this is a category, a setup here that I'm going to use. I've used a few presets over time on this, but I'm going to play something totally different. I'm going to take you back in time to the movie, what's the movie with the girl with the little dog named Toto? Wizard of Oz. And here's some of these gorgeous sounds that you're going to just absolutely go, ooh. In fact, they have some new choir. This is, I call this Joni's button, because Joni Manero loves the choir oohs. I know she plays that. Oh, that's weird. It actually says Joni's vocal oohs. Did you know that was in here, Joni? You should ask for some royalties. It doesn't say that. I'm just kidding. Okay. So, and then we're going to hear some other beautiful sounds here. So let me start off. When you hear this flute, I'm going to start off with a pretty flute here. Okay. Listen closely, and I'll try to play not so many notes so fast. I want you to hear you could actually hear the breath and the vibrato in here. And if I get to this alto sax, how he holds the notes and he does a certain vibrato. Sometimes those slight imperfections in the sounds and the breath and the overtones and the vibratos is what gives those sounds character. And then you're going to hear some beautiful vocal choirs along the way. And then you're going to hear the 101 strings orchestra in there. Not in a particular order. See if you can catch on to the sounds. Here we go. Thank you. I hope you really enjoyed that. Wasn't that nice? Some pretty sound. Oh, gosh, I got chills just thinking about it. Now, after some slow music, sometimes I need to kind of pick it up a little bit. And so I thought it'd be only fitting to have a little fun number here featuring the music of a styling of Oscar Peterson. And if you don't know who he is or was, he's one of the most gifted pianists in the world, and jazz piano and so forth. What I love about this style is if you want to play all your old standards and you're tired of using the same old rhythm, this is a rhythm you use, because this goes back to, this is straight from the aria, by the way. A lot of people ask, why does the aria so expensive? And that's a long answer, but one of the reasons is what they're programming in the software and the memory and etc. They were able to program styles of music a lot longer. In other words, when you put on a rhythm style and you let it play for a while, it'll loop eventually. The ones that people tend to not use anymore is a style called the champagne. That came out in the 80s, which was great, but in those days it looped too often, and so it became a little monotonous after a while. And then as the 90s progressed, a lot of the styles went a little longer, they would loop and so forth over the years. Well, the aria, they were able to put, in some cases, 32 measures before a rhythm style would loop. And then if you click and hold the fill-in, or the touch bar, whatever your preference was, it would almost do an entire 32 measures before it would loop again. So what's great about this style here is you're going to hear some of the styling of Oscar Peterson, and I'll play one of the songs that a lot of people play with on this one, and it's great, but I like to kind of veer off and play some of my old classics standards that are a lot of fun, and I'll point it out to you when I do it. So here we go. Listen to his styling in the beginning. Normally, someone would continue playing the song, but I like to kind of veer off and do a little medley. Watch how many songs you can play with this. Now here's the fill-in first. And it kind of changes up a little bit. So you're not always getting the same fill-in. However, I'm going to use the foot switch now, and I'm going to hold the fill-in the entire time, and it comes a whole totally different groove pattern. Listen to the change. Do an ultra style, now it becomes totally different. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big round of applause to the Lowrey Symphony. Woo! Now, this was a kind of an interesting song because I never really played it until today. And I've heard it before, but someone was telling one of the staff members, say, you said you never played this song. And I have to tell you, when it was introduced on the bigger models, the more expensive models, we had a lot of people that just absolutely loved this song. And I said, really? Does a lot of people know that song? So let me see if you happen to know. The style I'm going to use is called After the Love. The song is called After the Lovin'. Does anybody know that? It might be a little bit before your time, Mary. You're shaking your head, yes. That's probably because your mom told you all about. Does anybody remember the artist that made this song popular? Anyone? Joni's raising her hand. Oh, wait, iPad Ginny. Wow, how did you get a first name like that? If you were born with the name iPad, we need to talk to Apple about giving you some royalties. Let me unmute you there. Who's the name, the artist?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
How did you know that?
I know him. I love the song.
Oh my goodness. Well, when you hear this style, when you hear the arrangement of this, I kid you not, I felt like when I heard the recording of this, I went, it's like they just took the recording and they stuck it in here and then you play it and you're like playing with his orchestra. And it's absolutely amazing. So wait till you hear this. This is absolutely just mind-boggling. And I'm just going to use a simple rhythm preset here. Let's see, we got, ooh, some pretty strings and some guitars and all sorts of goodies. Oh, gives me chills, just goosebumps playing that song like that. And that's a great style. If you listen closely to that, not only is that just a wonderful style and a wonderful arrangement and a wonderful song, but it's got that triplets feel. So if you want to play all of those songs that were triplets, You Don't Know Me, Wonderful World, Can't Help Falling in Love, Unchained Melody, it's a perfect style. Just listen. Memory from Cats? And using the different endings, totally different feel altogether. Now, you know, something like that's nice and slow and it kind of keeps you, you know, but sometimes I need a little pickup too. Now, ladies, I need your help here. I don't know how Sean's got the video spotlighted or not, but I have it in gallery mode so I can see you, see if you're falling asleep on me or not, if I'm keeping you awake. You're all awake, but I kind of played a slow song. So what I need to do is have something kind of upbeat and a little fun here. And this is the part where you need to help out. I always have a hard time with this part of the song. And the song I'm going to play is a song called "These Boots Are Made for Walking." And so there's a part of the song, da 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 da, what to do one of these days, and then you have to do what? What's that part of the song? I only see a couple of you doing this. You got to all go. These boots are made what?
For you,
Joni, how does that part go?
these boots are made.
When I first heard this song, I think I heard you do a demo on it, and you made everybody say this part. How does that go? Joni, how does that part go?
Walk all over you.
Oh, these, there you go. All right, so here we go. I'm going to look over, and I'm going to see if you're doing it. All right? So here we go. This is a lot of fun. Now, by the way, this style was introduced on the Lowrey Marquis. Oh, my goodness. All these styles and sounds from the Lowrey Marquis, Grand Marquis. I said aria. I said Grand Marquis. I said aria. Wow. This is exciting. Here we go. I don't know about you, but I'm having a good time. Woo!
You are. For walking, that's what it is.
Gonna walk all over you.
Over you.
Over you.
Thank you. I always have a hard part of this song. I'd rather hear you do it.
That's what they'll do.
Walk all over you.
All over you.
Thank you. Thank you. Woo, get this symphony where it was. Now, I'm going to do a little something that I've demonstrated the symphony many times since it was introduced in February. And every time we show off new presets, a lot of times we do it intentionally because we want people to know that if you use these sounds, we're not trying to make them sound better with the rhythm styles, because so a lot of times we'll play it manually. But we always say, if you want to use these new presets, use them. You can use them with rhythms as well. So what I'm going to do is just that. I'm going to use some new sounds and presets that were created by Jim Vogelman, and I'm going to use a new style that was introduced on the one of the flagship models. And the style is called Pop Out There. Now, I've played this song many times, and I just absolutely love this style because if you want to play, again, this is one of those, if you've got a lot of ballads you love playing or some pretty songs, this is a great style. Obviously, Out There alludes to the fact that it's for the song Somewhere Out There. Now, if you're not familiar with the song Somewhere Out There, it's a very, 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 very pretty song. And it was introduced in an animated movie called An American Tail. And in the movie, I think it was in the 80s it was introduced. If you have grandkids that are of that age that they love animated movies, this is a great classic. It was actually a Steven Spielberg, I believe it was DreamWorks or whatever it was, it's tied into Steven Spielberg. And it's about a family of mice. They flee another country, and they want to leave their country and come to America because in their country there's a lot of cats, and they're tired of trying to survive and not get eaten by cats. So they think that if they come to America, there are no cats in America and life's going to be great. And in fact, in the opening song, it says, "There's no cats in America." And they're all singing, and there's this big cargo ship of some sort that's getting ready to leave dock. And in the beginning, there's a little rope, not a little rope, a big thick rope that's holding the big cruise liner. And the mice are going in on the rope, and they come out of the hole and on the other side, there's a little counter there, and you have to go show them your passport. And so all these mice are showing. It's amazing. Mice are a lot smarter than people think. They have passports. And this Fightful, the youngster, gets thrown overboard through a nasty storm. This cruise ship goes, and it lands. The cruise ends up the ship makes it to America, and he somehow makes it via a glass bottle, on the ocean. And the whole movie's about him finding his family. And there's a lot of what makes those movies to me is the music. If you listen to the music, the soundtracks, it's what makes them. And this song was absolutely, I think, a big part of that success. And there's a scene where he's singing up to the sky somewhere out there and looking for his family and what have you. And it's just a gorgeous style. And I'm going to tell you why I love this style. It's not just a ballad. Just the introduction in itself, it gives you the full symphony sound that you normally wouldn't hear in some of the styles. It's like having the timpanis and the strings and everything just perfect blend. And then we have this gorgeous setups that I'm going to use that were created by Jim Vogelman. So listen as I play this. I just absolutely love this style, song, and all these presets from this. Here we go. that pretty? Look at that gorgeous little mouse there. He was singing off to the sunset. Oh, thank you. Please, stop it. Stop it. Hold the applause. Oh, I'm having a great time. I hope you are too. But you know what? That was another slow song. I need something to kind of pick me up a little bit. In fact, this morning I had a very busy morning, I have to tell you. What does that have to do with all this, you say, Robert? Gary, you may ask, what does that have to do with this? You may ask, what does that have to do with today?
What does that have to do with today?
You know, I'm glad you asked, Gary. That was a very good question. Let me tell you what it has. It has everything to do with it because Mondays, I usually do something every Monday. And this morning I had a Zoom call with all the staff members. And because they're in Florida, I had to do it at 7:30 because it's 10:30 out there. Then I had to very quickly get ready. And then I had to take my daughter to her dentist appointment. So that took a little bit of time. Oh, and it just went on, and my day got away from me, and I didn't get to work out. So I was a little bothered by that. And so I figured I'd play a song here and squeeze in a little workout here. And you got to have the right music for it. You know, now there's Latin music that's kind of upbeat, and there's Broadways, but you got to have the right music for a workout. And I have found that people that have this style, that happen to have this rhythm style on their instrument, if they ever want to burn a few calories off, you can tell which ones have this style because they're always in shape. You ready? Okay, let's see if I can do this here. All right. Adrian! No extra charge for that, by the way. That I just lost a couple pounds already. See, I'm telling you,
I love that
having
one.
a symphony will keep you in shape and healthy. And of course, you know, if you haven't figured it out by now, I'll tell you what the symphony represents. And I said it a few times, but there's something in addition. And that is, it not only represents the best sounds, styles, presets, sound system, memory capabilities of the top of the line models, but it also represents a wide variety of styles. Because we have some people that say, I love my country music. They have new countries. I love my ballads. They have the new ballads. I love the symphonic sounds. I love that. I love the new big band styles. There's such a wide variety. And just to give you an example. Now, this may be a little bit before your time, but I'm going to play a song. I haven't done any waltzes. And in fact, I very rarely do waltzes. And I thought, today I want to play a waltz. And these waltzes are nice because they're not just your typical oom-pa-pa waltz. But how many of you are familiar with the song Moon River? Might be a little bit before your time. And it was in a movie what movie was it featured in? Sean, you raised your hand. It's a little bit. Anybody know? I think it was
Breakfast
Audrey
at Tiffany.
Hepburn in
Breakfast at
There's somebody
Tiffany.
knows.
How do you guys know that? That's like
Breakfast at
way
Tiffany's.
back before your time.
Oh, that's-
Wow, your parents did really well playing those reruns for you. And it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous song. It's just an elegant song. It's very pretty, and it's what Lowrey did over the years, and especially in the marquee and the aria, is it got a little. I think it got a little tricky for them creating new waltzes. And when they created this one, this was a big hit because there's still a lot of songs out there that are perfect waltzes. And so I'm going to simply, now the style, by the way, check this out. This is really cool. The style is called Moonstream for the song Moon River. And some pretty strings. Oh, this is fun. Here we go. Now, did you catch at the very end what happened? Inez, you have this. Did you catch what happened at the very end? If you go watch the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's, she looks up and she goes, "Hey, Bill
Green.
Curry put her in there." Yeah, did you hear it at the end? She said, "Hey." So listen, very ending here.
Oh.
But some people didn't realize that was in there. Yeah. So she lives on. Now, I've got one final song for you, but I've got a couple things I got to share with you. And Sean, do you happen to have, probably not, do you happen to have the songbook that I've been using today? Do you have that in your arsenal there?
Say that again. I was on a phone call. What's
Do you
that?
have the songbook that I am featuring today?
Not in front of me. I'd have to download it, but it's
I emailed it, but that's okay. I can find it real quickly because I got it right here. And I'm going to, oh, there it is. And I'm going to do a little screen share here for you. And you'll notice something about this songbook. Okay, did I screen share it okay? Okay, so you see, I played some of these songs today. There's After the Lovin'. I played, oh gosh, I wanted to play a few more that I didn't get a chance to today. These boots are made for walking, just somewhere out there, gonna fly now. You don't know me, but look at, just nice, good old-fashioned, easy play music. I know some of you have this, but first of all, I sent everybody an email today for the link for today's this event. If you don't have this music, if you email me and just say, please send me the symphony songbook, I'll reply back and send you this songbook. And every song, virtually every song with the exception of, I think, like one of them, is all easy play. There's After Lovin. Look at how simple these songs are. These happen to be the new songs, the styles that accommodate these songs, that complement these songs, and there's 35 of them in here. And you can see it's a wide variety, from Baby Elephant Walk to The Way You Look Tonight to the Star Trek theme. A lot of people don't realize this, but the Star Trek theme, I'm not going to play it today, but if you really listen closely to that, because I never really heard that song, but if you listen closely, it's actually a Latin style in disguise, very cleverly written. And ever since I heard that, I've been playing all sorts of great Latin tunes with it. Sweet Carolina, the Christmas song, O Sole Mio, just a wide variety. So today, if you send me the email that I sent out, and just reply, hi, this is so-and-so. Tell me the store that would normally be the closest to you. If not, that's fine. Just put your name in there and say, please send me the songbook, and I'll reply back and I'll attach it for you. And just my way of saying thank you and putting up with my jokes today, and hopefully enjoying the music and spending an hour or so of time with me today of your afternoon, late afternoon. It's my way of saying thank you. But I want to tell you, I got one last number here. Now, this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, by the way, earlier I played a song, Fly Me to the Moon. I used the style, and I'll just tell you what it is. I use the style that I normally would demonstrate, I've Got the World on a String. Because when you hear that arrangement, it's actually a perfect arrangement for I've Got the World on a String. But I hit a minor chord, switched an introduction, and it became a totally different flavor for you. I'm going to use a song that I usually open up a symphony show with, or style rather, but I'm not going to play the song that it's named after. In fact, I'm going to play a minor chord to use a different introduction. It's going to be totally different. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll tell you about it in just a moment. And it will be kind of something upbeat in how I like to close off today, but a lot of fun. But before I do, I want to tell you a little bit about the symphony. Earlier, I told you some information. Back in January, we approached Bill Curry with the help of him and a retired engineer at Lowrey, and we asked him to do the unthinkable. Take the best of the best off the flagship models, the most expensive organs in the world, and put some of the best styles, sounds, and presets into the platform that we use. We had an advantage. We had 28 give or take organs in stock back in January, February. We rolled it out in February, and we sold over 20 of them within a 2-week period. I did shows in Florida and Arizona, and they did well for the obvious reasons. In March, we continued selling those, but what happened is we had a price increase in those in March, and then April came around and we were closed. And then late May, really officially June, we were pretty much closed for 2 months. Officially in June, we reopened, and we sold whatever remaining symphonies we had in stock. Call one of your staff members and reach out and find out, because I am going to do everything in my power to get as close to some of that special pricing we had back in February when we bought a bunch of these. Because this is our way of saying we want to continue doing what we do. We want to continue bringing music in your home. And all of that is basically funded by our sales of our products. We don't sell lessons. We don't do all this other stuff. We just like to give you as much education possible and what have you. So I'm going to be very, very, very lenient and very flexible as I can to help you acquire one. So with that said, I'm going to finish up with the last number here. Now, the style I'm going to use is a style called cabaret. Now, most people think, oh, you're going to play cabaret. No, I'm not. But I'm going to have a little fun with this. This actually came to me about 10 minutes before the show started. I selected it, I hit the wrong preset, and it came up Cabaret, and I hit a wrong chord, and I went, ooh, I've got to have some fun with this. So when you hear the song Cabaret, think of the song Cabaret. Normally, it would sound like this. Then you'd play the song and, you know, finish up and you'd have the ending. Perfect for that song, right? Now I'm going to take the same style. Check this out. We'll have some fun with this. At least I'll have fun with it. Here we go. Going to sound totally different. Inez, you're going to say, what did you do? It's going to cost you. Oh, swing it, Daddy! Yee-hoo!
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That was fun. That was fun.
So what did you do?
Well, if you can't tell how much I love this by now, you don't have a pulse. But I can see you're all having a great time. By the way, all I did there, Inez, is I put on a minor chord.
Oh, okay.
Use the same rhythm with a minor chord. I did switch to a different category preset there, but I used the presets that were built right in there. So, oh, gosh.
We'll try.
I'm going to insist that the staff members call you right away and say, put in your order now, put in your order now. They're great. All right, keep Fletcher Music Centers alive, boys and girls. Keep it alive. We're going to do whatever we can to help you out. So help us, we help you, and it's all a win-win. So this is the Lowrey Symphony. Thank you so much. Email me for the songbook, and I'll reply back to you as soon as I
It's the
can.
best.
So much, and mwah.
So